So third career playoff half with those numbers, 20 and 5. And this is just his 7th career playoff game. He had 2 40-point games in the series against the Clippers last year in Orlando. Meanwhile, Paul George trying to get going, off to a good start after just 1 for 7 shooting in the first half.
And look,
they lost that 3-1 lead against the Denver Nuggets in the bubble. I asked Ty Lue earlier today, hey, what's been the big difference? You were on that staff. And what was different this particular season? He said, honestly, the biggest difference was having Kawhi and Paul George in camp. Remember, that wasn't the case last year. And look, he said talking about, bringing up accountability and keeping guys as loose as possible is always going to be something you do on any staff. But when asked specifically about his assistants, guys like Kenny Atkinson, Dan Craig, and Chauncey Billups, he brought up how Chauncey Billups specifically has worked with Paul George for the moments like these, right? To talk about these big moments. No one has had a better pedigree in the playoffs than Chauncey, certainly. So in regards to handling the ball and just being able to deal with these moments, he really lauded Chauncey Billups. And
here's Leonard. Tries over Porzingis, no good from 16 feet. Soaring in there is Kleba to get the rebound. Kleba banged up for much of the last 2 months, but a really important player for them on the defensive end as well as stretching the floor offensively. Luka off 1 foot. It goes against Zubac's. 24 for Doncic.
and he's just hit so many shots over top of Zubac. You just wonder at some point in time if they're going to switch up the defense, give him a different look. There's not a look that he hasn't seen, but he's starting to get a rhythm going at Zubac.
Meanwhile, the Clippers 5 of 21 from 3.
What did I tell you? I'm just saying. That's what we're saying. He's to play before, and then here he sees again. Oh, I got barbecue chicken. Let's go. Knocks down the 3. Timeout immediately. And the Utah Jazz were up 3-1 against that same Denver Nugget team, and they've kind of gotten a pass, and people wonder why you haven't talked about them. You respond, you're the #1 seed. Now it's time to make that run that could have been last year if not for giving up that epic lead similar to the Clippers.
Clippers come back with a 3 as the buzzer sounds, just their 6th three-pointer. That was Pat Beverly connecting his 2nd triple. 5-point lead for Dallas here in game 1. Luka Doncic with 27 points, 6 assists and 6 rebounds. Porzingis hits the deck. He thought he was thrown down by Leonard, but it's just going to be a turnover against the Mavs.
And look, the great defense by the Dallas Mavericks. They collapse, and then Patrick Beverly knocking down shots as the buzzer sounds. You gotta get guys that can knock down these shots with not a lot on the clock, because the defense is going to collapse. Multiple passes, big shot there by Patrick Beverly.
Leonard stumbles, somehow got it out to Beverly, was falling down. Pat Beverly missed a month during the regular season with a hand injury, another month with a knee injury. So he missed half the season, but he started game 1 here today. George connects, starting to get going now. Paul George into double figures with 11 points.
Yeah, it's great to see Paul George get going now. Let's see what they do with this pick and roll. Are they going to double team? See, now they're double teaming Luka, and then they're going to collapse out. But that's when guys got to knock down shots to make them pay for that double team. And there you have it, Tim Hardaway Jr.
away on the second chance opportunity, but he's getting a lot of open looks. Kleba with a blow-by, stripped by Beverly out of bounds. It will stay with Dallas.
And this is the thing, though, Dave. Once you double team him now, as you see, they're not doing a trapping double team, they're doing a corral one. That's going to open up shots for Porzingis. That's when he's got to be big and strong, and he's got to finish plays, kind of like that one right there. That maybe he made that statement to him, like, don't pick up those fouls, don't stop the break. And then if you do it, as you see Kawhi Leonard knock down that dunk, but Dallas has some soul searching to do here. Even though they're up and they're winning, you got to get your best player on the same page.
Hardaway, the 2nd leading scorer today for the Mavericks with 16 points, but everybody else 7 points or less. The Clippers much more balanced offensively, but that's really their team. There's Finney-Smith wide open, a good on a 3. They have more 3-point baskets than 2s. And they have a 7-point lead. That's the 13th triple for Dallas here today. Leonard spins. They work it around to Batum. George gets past Porzingis into the paint. It goes for Paul George. So a nice bounce back third quarter. LA has never been to a conference finals in 50 years as a franchise as Morris hits the mid-range jumper. The Clippers blew that 3-1 lead against Denver last year. A lot of pressure on this team. High expectations for the Clippers after finishing with the 5th best record in the NBA and a ton of injuries during the regular season. Leonard gets the steal. 3-on-1. Kawhi all the way. Slams it down. A poster of Cleveland hanging in his room.
Somebody get that baby out the street. I see you.
Happy when he was taken out, picking up his 3rd foul. And after just a brief stint on the bench, he's back on the floor with 27 points. Here's Brunson on the attack. Good finish by Jalen Brunson.
And if I had to guess, there was a conversation about not giving away fouls, and Rick just wanted him to take a moment. And you got to send a message sometimes, to your best player in the postseason, in the first quarter, second quarter. He is just too important to give away simple fouls like that. So Rick sits him down, and now he's back in the game to finish this off.
Turnover forced by Dallas with that double on Paul George, who was trying to skip it to the corner, had an open shooter. Reggie Jackson on Luka. Here comes Batum with a double. Got a deflection. Finney-Smith, though, driving, hangs and scores. Dorian Finney-Smith with the basket, and the lead is back to 6 at the 3-minute mark of the 3rd.
And they're sending more and more bodies at Luka. I'm curious to see how they're going to run pick and roll, what they're going to do to get Luka going.
Boy, Batum catch and shoot 3. How important has he been this year to the Clippers after mid-game? Misses his first shot attempt.
And you see, they're just going to send bodies at Luka, make other people beat you. And when I say other people beat you, it's not it's the creation for threes that he's doing. It's the step back for threes. Send an extra body at him, make him beat you in these moments right there.
Doncic for 3, 30-point game for Luka Doncic. His 4th 30-point game in just 7 career NBA playoff games. Mavs by 6. That's the 5th 3 for Luka. He's got 7 assists and 6 rebounds as well. That was Reggie Jackson defending him. Clippers with the excellent perimeter ball movement. Jackson to the answer. No. And an easy board for Doncic, his 7th. It'll bring it up the floor, picked up by Rondo.
So now he's not calling for pick and rolls. He's going one-on-one.
And he misses badly, gives the Clippers a chance at a run out. Here's Leonard. He's fouled. Count it. 3-point chance for Kawhi. So aggressive in transition. In the 3rd quarter, can they get it to Doncic? They do. He's doubled, gives it up. Richardson driving, gets the shot away and scores. What a sweet move by Josh Richardson, knifing through the defense and finishing off the glass as the buzzer sounds.
And just you see the scrambling defense just to his body, trying to avoid giving up.